Good evening, everybody, and welcome back to the Thought Foundation. Today we have another expectation from our tutor. They are going to enlighten us more about what to do concerning the computer, WhatsApp, and Olushil is here as well to let us know about what to do concerning personal statements. You know, it has been ongoing. We'll be trying to write personal statements. So we are going to finish up today. My name is Owa Ajibola, and the Thought Foundation is about enlightening adults in our community to make people more know more about what is going on in where we are living, and enlighten them on how to function appropriately in the community. What do they have? How do they relate with others? How do they communicate with others? Is it possible for them to be indoor and not doing anything about their situation? This is where we come in, the Thought Foundation, to make people feel a little bit more relaxed, even when they don't want to attend the four walls of the university, of school, formal school setting, but they will be able to voice their come out with their opinions, voice their make choices, wise choices, and be able to contribute to where they live and function properly, attend job like every other person, even when they are BAM, they are Black and minorities, you know, or foreigners, you know, but we still have voice to sort of tell the world about what we are up to, what we want to be, and how to contribute to this particular society where we find ourselves. Let's use this opportunity to welcome the people that just joined in for the very first time. And let's sit back and see what Olushi have for us before Lenjo will come in later in the day. Thank you, Olushi. Over to you.
Thank you. Good evening, everybody. I hope everyone is well. Let me know when everyone can see my screen. Everyone see?
Yes.
Yeah? Great, cool. Thank you. So yes, welcome back, everybody. After a break, a halftime break. I'm going to just pick up from what we were doing prior to that halftime break. And we're looking at personal statements. I'll just remind what we've been looking at, personal statements. So we, you know, in the last couple of weeks, we looked at personal statements of CV, what to include in the personal statement when you are at the top of your CV. Now we're looking at a different way of using your personal statement, which is applying to university or doing further education. And that's what we've been looking at. So we broke it into chunks, so to just go through different parts. But I'll just remind everyone, the personal statement is a brief, focused summary about your career, research goals, which are required of universities, colleges, and job applications. So I showed a structure like this about how to write a personal statement, things to include, things to avoid. And this is the structure that we are going to go through. So the first two we went through in our last session about why you want to study your course, things to avoid, things to do, subject-specific focus, analyzing 2 or 3 points, reflects on what we've learned. So we're going to look at academic supercurricular information, or what does that mean, and how to use that and evidence it in your personal statement. And then evidence of transferable skills, looking at how, even though if you want to apply or further your education in a particular role, or you want to, you know, increase your expertise in a particular career, that even though it's not the experience that you've gained is not direct to that career, it doesn't matter, because it's all about transferable skills, about transferring what you've learned from one thing and how you can apply it to another, and then how to close your personal statement. So yeah, this is where we're going to pick up from, particularly about what it means to have a subject-specific focus when we are looking at personal statement. So this has to be included in your personal statement. Evidence of what you've learned in school that relates to degree, or even research. Sometimes when you haven't been to school for a while, but you want to go back into education, they want to know, how much, how interested are you in this particular career? They want to know that, have you done anything to further your research, further further your knowledge about this particular subject? And that's what they're asking you and looking for in your personal statement. They want you to demonstrate your ability to evaluate and reflect. So what do you find interesting about the subjects that you are currently studying, you studied before? Have you been to an event or you've gone to a career event that is caught your interest, that relates to the degree that you're applying for? So this is what we're going to look at for today. So what does a good paragraph look like? Talking about a specific subject focus. And this is one way or an example of showing that. So I will read it out. My biology A-level exposed me to a broader study which shows that young African Americans that experience low family support and racism are more likely to display greater non-genetic cell age. Studies like this shows the detrimental effect the makeup of society can have on one's health. A degree in sociology will allow me to investigate the reasons of why systematic racism occurs in this way. So this person has clearly showed that they are interested, because again, that's what you want the person who's reading your personal statement to see from your past statement. They know that you're interested, you indulge in the subject area of what you want to study. So here, this person wants to do a degree in sociology, and they've done their research. You can tell that this person is quite interested and shows that they have done extensive research and understands the background and the knowledge around this subject. So clearly, they've done studies like this. It shows how detrimental effects the makeup society is. So it shows that this person is very interested in the subjects. They are keen, and this is why they want to use this degree to further investigate reasons why systematic racism occurs. This is a great example of showing how to show subject-specific focus on your personal statement and show you're interested, even if you haven't been in school for a while or you haven't necessarily been in education. They will just want to know that you're interested. They want to know that, okay, why should we offer you a place at this university to further your education? They want to know you've been researching. They want to know you're interested. You don't want to give somebody a place in university and they're not even interested in the degree, because you could give someone else who is interested. So it's all about showing how interested and the research you can do. And if somebody might ask, okay, what kind of research can I do? You can read books, you can look at case studies, you can go to like a career event, you can speak to professors about this subject, you can even watch documentaries, you can just show that you're interested. That's what they want to see, that you're interested in this particular subject. Cool. So let's read this one and see what is wrong with this in this piece of work that I've collected from someone's past statement. So to find out more about the complexity of the brain, I read So You Want to Be a Brain Surgeon by Stephen Sanders. This has given me a great deal of insight to neurosurgery. So this is what somebody has written in their past statement to show that they are interested in neurosurgery. Can someone read this and think, okay, what is wrong? Does this show that this person is interested? Does this show this person has, interested in neurosurgeon? Can anybody have any ideas on why this is wrong and doesn't really show that this person is that interested in this degree or this career? Anyone? So one may look at this and be like, oh, the person has read a book. So you must be able to read a book. So they're showing that they clearly are interested about neurosurgery, but is that it? Someone is reading this, okay, you've named a name of the book. How do you know you've read the book? How do you know that you've actually engaged in this book? You've simply written the title of the book. Doesn't mean you've read the book. So this person just said, oh, I can find out more. Yeah, you can find out more in this book, but it doesn't show the person reading this that you are interested in the subjects. So when you are, the reason why it's wrong is because you don't show the interest. You don't show the interest of the subject. You don't show that you are doing extensive research around this area of expertise that you're trying to go into, which is why it's wrong about this piece. So I hope everyone understands why this is wrong. Because maybe at one look, like, oh, the person's read a book, but it doesn't show you're interested or you have done extensive research in this career. And that's what you want to show in your past statement, that you are interested. There is no doubt that you're not interested in this particular degree. And that's what the impression you want to give across. So next part is again showing supercurricular information. What does supercurricular information include and what does it mean? And this particularly means evidence that have shown that you've applied yourself to this subject. So here, before we looked at, okay, doing research about the subjects you want to do. But here we want to show that you've applied yourself to the subject. So what does this actually mean? And it means you've shown that you've gone the extra mile. So not only do you say you want to further your education, you want to be picked a degree. Okay, what else have you done that that shows that you deserve this place at this university? And this is you going an extra mile. And this could be super curricular activities, can actually just be anything. It could be work experience, it could be activities that you've been doing, side hustles, talks or lectures that you've been to, self-motivated tasks if you're self-employed or you've done things as a side hustle. These are things that help show they've gone the extra mile. And what thoughts did they spark? So even though these are what I've shared before are quite academic, it doesn't stop there. So these are the super curricular ideas that relate to your subject. So if you've been to talks, you've gone to like career talks with a professor, you've done blogs, or you've done related clubs or joined societies, or you join like clubs around your area about programming. These are the skills that relates to your subjects. But that's not the only thing you can include. So don't feel like, oh, if I haven't done anything specific directly to my degree, it doesn't, or the degree you want to do, doesn't mean that that's the end all. No, you can use non-academic extracurricular activities. And I think I'm quite advocate for non-academic career activities because it shows an interest to the person who is reading your personal statement. It shows that not only are you just a person who I don't know, if you're trying to study medicine, you've done this, you've done a lot of medical experience, but it shows you're more than that. You have a character, you have a persona. You do things outside of your studies or your work. You are a member of this. You've been a manager at McDonald's or a manager in Tesco's. You've done, you helped during the pandemic being an NHS customer advisor. Like this shows that you're just more than shows your persona, shows the kind of person, because this is the only glimpse that universities have of you. So when you are trying to apply for university, they only see this 4,200 characters and that's it. And they base the judgment on that. So when you are showing your non-academic extracurricular activities, it shows that you're beyond the academics. You have a persona, you have a character. And what does this mean and how do you show this? Again, this shows us that transferable skills that I was talking about in the beginning. So these are the examples of transferable skills. And when we talk about transferable skills, this is what we're talking about. Skills that you can use to transfer from one area to another. So even if you're working in Tesco as a customer advisor or a manager, you can transfer that in many, many ways because you've shown active listening, communication, organization, teamwork, problem solving, proactivity, motivation, leadership, initiative, resilience, time management. In every experience or work you've done, you can be able to transfer skills from it. Even if it is working with young people, even if it's a care minder, even if it's working like a child minder or anything, you can always transfer this to any role. And all these are transferable skills. So when you are looking at your CV or things, oh, I worked in, I don't know, Morrison's for this, and I want to be working in social care, how am I supposed to show that has any relevance? But when you were working in Morrison's or Asda, you're working in retail. In retail, you need to have good communication. You need to be able to be an active listener. You have to have organization. You have to work as a team. You need to have initiative. You need to have time management. You need to have adaptability because you may have a situation where you need to adapt. These are all transferable skills that you can definitely, and are required in the next role as a caretaker or working in social care. So in every experience, don't downplay it. Everything you can use, even if it's a leader at a church or you're a church leader or choir leader. Again, communication. To be a leader in anything, you need to have fantastic organization skills. To organize times, you need to come and practice, to assign this, to find songs. These are all skills that you need in different careers. Teamwork. So every little thing that you've done in your CV, even if it's as minimal or it's the least relatable thing to what you're trying to pursue, if you want to go to a new job, you want to change sectors or careers, everything you've gone through or any type of work you've done, it can be counted because again, it's all about transferable skills. Yeah, I have an uncle who was changed from working in retail, hospitality, and he wanted to be an ambulance driver. Again, he has not done anything medical. He has no medical degree, medical nothing. He doesn't even know the first thing to do. Someone now drops. He's probably just to call 999 to help. He doesn't know nothing. but it's again transferable skills. Okay, he was able to transfer all the extensive experience he's had as an Uber driver, as somebody's in retail, hospitality, active listening, communication, organization, teamwork. As an ambulance driver, you're part of a team. Paramedics are there, other doctors are there, you are part of a team. You need to be proactive, you need to be adaptable. Again, and just because you don't have particular the extensive experience to fit that role, you have transferable skills that allows you to fit that role. Despite having not extensive, relatable ones, you're still credible for that role because, again, you have the skills. And you have the skills. As long as you have the skills, you are suited for that role. You can apply for that role because you have the skills for it. So when you are looking at personal statements, even if it's not to do with the, you've done work experience that's not related to the career or degree you want to do, please do use non-academic and extracurricular activities. Anything you have done in your past couple of years, again, it's all about transferable skills. So that's one thing I should say. Even if you're a CV, even if you go to an interview and they're asking you, okay, can you show us that you've done da 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 da? They're gonna ask you, can you show us where you've displayed leadership, teamwork? These are transferable skills because these are the skills they're looking for. So yes, you may not necessarily have the degree they require, but as long as you have the skills, you are as suitable for that role as somebody who has the degree or has relatable experience. Cool. So again, how do I show that? How do I show and write about transferable skills? Okay, yeah, I have some skills. I've identified that I've done a lot of work experience.
Sorry, Oluchi, I'm sorry. I have to, I always cut in like this.
Yeah, no worries.
Yeah, because you've been using the word degree. It's not all of us that have this degree we're talking about.
Yeah.
So let's break it down. Let's go to our level. When you can say like the way I'm looking, you can put it this way, like someone wants to go and start the first degree. You understand? What you mean by this degree now, the way I'm seeing it, you are talking about certification, you understand? So if, for example, it's my first degree, I do not have, I want you to put it that way so that they will understand that it's not always that you must have first degree, you're going to do the second degree. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I know what you mean, 100%.
Okay. Yeah. So it could be you have certificate before, but you want to go and do your first degree, and they need these transferable skills for you to give evidence that you do not have certificate, but you've experience in particular work. Is it possible for you to break it down? I don't want them to see it to be as if you must always have already made degree before. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I know what you mean. Yeah, I know what you mean. Yeah, thank you for pointing that out. So what I mean by further education, it means that just furthering the level of education you left. So you can have left at secondary, you can have left at sixth form. It doesn't mean you attain a degree, you want to do further, you want to do a master or a PhD. No, I'm just saying further education can mean wherever you left, college, secondary, you just want a further education. And degree could also be certification, as she said before. It could also be just doing another course, because again, this is the same process for you want to do another course, you want to do an online course, they may require a personal statement. So not necessarily another degree, it could just be undergraduates, okay, because undergraduate is the first level of degree. It could be a certification, online course, and these are the things that require a personal statement. So when I'm saying that, even if you don't have a specific degree or certification or something that they require educational-wise, especially in our day and age, a lot of people, they want experience. If you have you have 3 years, 6 years of university, but you have no experience, but somebody else that has 6 years, they're going to take somebody with 6 years because they're looking for experience. Yes, they always have foundation, which is why people may want to further their education by doing courses to try and get a certificate. But it doesn't make you less credible because they want experience. I can tell you that for facts. Even the jobs that are out here, they want experience. They want somebody who has experience, is more well-rounded. And when you can show that you've done a lot of extracurricular work experience and you've done a lot extensive different experience from different sectors, it shows that you are well-rounded. It shows that you have transferable skills to apply to that role. So don't think about it as a degree or this, or you need to have this to start. they're looking at experience. This is for if you want to further your education in any way you want to, different paths. You can always further your education in different paths, online course, even if it's an intensive. There's intensive courses that you do 2 years or 1 year, and then you do an exam and that's it. It could also be 3-year degree. You can even do an apprenticeship. These are different ways on where you can further your education. And when we're looking at personal statement, this is to fit these type of paths, not just only university or just degree. Is personal statement is for different paths you want to further your education in. So hopefully that clear it up. Sorry, I wasn't as clear in that. But yeah, transferable skills is very key. And I mean, when I speak to employers or people from different graduates or people who are interviewing potential employees, they look at transferable skills. So when I see what can you apply here, we want people with experience, people who are willing to learn, showing that you're dedicated. And they look at for this. They'll always say, "Oh, can you give us an example of showing teamwork? Show us an example that you demonstrated organization," because they're looking for these things. They're not talking about give us an example that you studied this degree, this. They're looking for skills. So as long as you have skills or you've done experience that show these skills, that's what that matters. So what is that? How do you put that into practice? So how do I write that? Okay, I've identified I've worked in these 3 experiences. I have transferable skills. So how do I write that? And what does that look like? And this is an example. For the past year, I have been working part-time in my local library, which has improved my time management, confidence, and organization skills. It has also enabled me to do some excellent further reading, which has deepened my understanding of how women are marginalized in society. So this is obviously somebody that wants to do English, or somebody that is in history or journalism that obviously is interested in women's rights, I can infer. And they're just showing that they're working in a library. Even if they want to study economics and talk about women, marginalized rights, or talk about they want to do anything drastic that has nothing to do with a library, they're showing that you can transfer this. This person can say, "I want to be a bus driver," but they're working as a local library. But it's not about the local library. It's about what have you learned from working in a local library. That's what they're more interested in. You can work anywhere, even if it's a cleaner, even if it's a builder, even if it's in a retail. They're more interested in what have you learned? What can you transfer into the role that you are applying for? And here they said they improve their time management, confidence, and organization skills. Time management is very key in every role that you do. Some particular roles require and is more demanded than others, but it's still key skills that they're looking for. So I hope that obviously makes sense. And again, closing your personal statement. So how do we close our personal statement? Okay, I've written everything. How do I end? Is there any special way I need to end my personal statement? And this is an example here. I hope I have demonstrated that I'm a suitable candidate for this degree or qualification certificate. And I look forward to contributing to you as much as you will inevitably to me. So this is a quick closing statement. It's not really, if you see, there's not much too significant or important. It's just a nice way to quickly end your personal statement. If you are wanting to write a personal statement, you don't know how to end it, I'm very happy to help you. Just write a sentence or help you form a sentence just to nicely end your personal statement. But yeah, those are the 5 paragraphs, or the 5 things that we've gone through. We've gone through introduction, explaining why you want to study, what to look for, what to avoid. Reflects on what we've learned. So things that you've done outside of your, working, reading books, looking at documentaries, going to attending events to help you show that you are very interested in the subject that you want to apply for, you want to further study. Again, extra activities, so extracurricular activities, showing transferable skills, which is very key, showing that you've applied it to your subjects as well as applying it to the career that you're going for, and then closing statement. Before we finish, these are like the golden rules I would say about personal statements. Stick to a structure. They want to know when they're going through it, they're ticking it. Yeah, why does this person want to study? Tick. Any evidence? Tick. Any interest? Tick. So the structure that I've shown, I can always see this is recorded and the PowerPoint will be available for everybody to look for if you're looking to remind you about the structure. Again, reflects, demonstrate, deep analysis. So explain what you've learned is very important. When you've decided to say, "Oh, I've read this book," explain what you've learned. Don't write the book that you've read and expect them to know what the book is. Explain so you can show you're interested. A link to, again, the subject focus. Again, unleash your enthusiasm. They want to know that you're interested. You want to be enthusiastic about this subject. I've learned, I've chose. So try and use active statements. So I've learned, I've chose this subject in particular. I've chosen to further my education. I've chosen to take this course so I can get more in-depth knowledge about this particular position, and be positive and be true to you. Again, as we spoke about last session, about how a personal statement is about you. Okay, you can't copy and paste it from the internet, because it's all about you, particularly about your experience, why you want to study, why you want to, further this course, why you want to apply for this particular online course. So if you have any courses or any courses that you want to apply for, even if it's first degree or any type of qualification that you want to obtain, and they're requiring a personal statement, do let us know to check over, to draft, give you a bit of feedback to practice and to reflect on your personal statement from our comments. Let us know, we'll be happy to help. But yeah, again, things to avoid. Bibliography, when you're writing your personal statement, they already know your name, they know where your address, they know your age. You don't need to repeat that. You only have, again, very little characters to write your personal statement. So we don't want a biography, we want a personal statement. Listing instead of analyzing. Books I have read a brief history of this. You've read 4 books, but you haven't explained to us the books are about and why you're interested in them. So listing instead of analyzing, no, you want to avoid those, because it shows that you just want to write instead of, you're not interested enough because you haven't told us how interested you were about this book. Because if you were, you would have explained it to us. Cliches, remember I showed you guys different types of cliches to avoid, and how many people have used it. So the reason why we try to avoid cliches, because it's very people have reused this and reused and recycled these phrases to the point where now it's like, nah, that's not a good look. So I've been interested in science since I was born. Again, this is a good example of a cliche. We know when we were born, we won't think about science, we won't think about chemistry, biology. So when people use when I was born, we want to avoid those cliches. And using unnecessary language. So here it says, when my academic interest is focused on the past, I plan to apply the knowledge and experience I gained at the university to the present and the future. Again, it's not clear. Using unnecessary language, be clear. Again, you don't need the best grammar and the best extensive vocabulary to write a sentence. The clearer, the concise, the better. As long as they understand and you're clear and they can read it and understand, that's what that matters. Using ambitious vocabulary that doesn't make sense to make it look sophisticated, but then you've lost clarity and they don't know what you're saying. And we want to avoid that and use unnecessary language. So yeah, tips. Again, another example of what to look when looking at paragraphs and things to add and what they're looking for. What you say, oh, I enjoy badminton. So for example, on Saturdays after I've taken my kids to swimming, I do badminton when they're playing. And you write down your personal statement. Okay, it's good you enjoy badminton. Okay, what does this mean for us? What does that show to us? And what they're expecting you to say, instead of saying I enjoy badminton, is I play badminton twice a week with a club that plays in local competitions. I play in both singles and double matches. Double matches requires good team working and ability to support your partner, to devise a game plan, but be able to adapt it as required and fast reactions. So it shows that not only did this person does badminton, it shows number one, they are committed. They want to know that you're going to be committed to whatever path you take. So if you take a degree, a qualification, or course, they want to know that you're going to be committed. So if it's 2-week course, they want to know that you'll be doing that 2 weeks and you'll be committed. Here it shows a good team worker to understand the importance of a partnership, the ability to support your partner. So maybe when you are in a department and you have a lead nurse, but you have co-workers, you know the importance of communication and supporting your co-workers in that type of environment. Here, another example, it says underneath, it says, I spent 2 weeks working at a residential home and I enjoyed talking to patients and helping with their care. Okay, that's good. What does that relate to care work or, social care or care work in the qualification that you want to obtain? You just tell us that you spent 2 weeks. Okay, what have you learned in 2 weeks? What skills have you learned? We don't want to write simple and sentence like this because it doesn't tell us enough about how interested you are, how that relates to the career you're trying to do. Instead, you can say, Undertaking a 2-week work experience placement at a residential home gave me a valuable insight into a caring profession. I enjoyed talking to and caring for residents and developing relationships with them. I discovered my talent for providing assurance to people who may feel anxious or confused. And I thought that this is a vital key skill to have when a nurse. So clearly this person has established how they've taken 2 weeks placement and why they've taken it. They've taken it to have more insight into the caring position. They also didn't just say that they enjoy talking to patients, but what have they learned about talking to patients and caring for patients? They develop relationships with them and are able to know that, oh, this is the key skill, is to reassure these people who may be anxious or confused. And that's an important thing to have as a key skill as a nurse or a social care worker or a health assistant, to assure these people who are anxious and confused and develop relationships with them. So this person clearly understands their role, they've done experience, and they're shown the key skill that is important when being a nurse, if they want to further this education. So yeah. So again, as I said before, do's and don'ts. Try and write a list of ideas before attempting to write things. Again, if you're not going to write a personal statement and be perfect the first time, you're going to have to write several drafts. Ask people that you trust for feedback. So we are here. So if you are writing a personal statement for any course or any university or any qualification you want to obtain, let us know. We'll be very, very happy to go through it, give you some feedback. Try and use your best English, and this comes with proofreading. So the more people you show it to, you'll be able to spot those spelling and grammatical errors. Be enthusiastic. Present yourself as a rounded individual, not just academic. Again, they don't want just academics. They want to know that you are well-rounded. You've done experience from different areas. And it's reflective of you as well. They get a kind of feel about your character, the kind of person you are from the way you write in your personal statement and things you've done. Things to don't do, don't feel that you need to use elaborate language. Again, you don't need to say so much. Don't lie, don't exaggerate because you may be caught out. So I know if you're doing any nursing, anything to do with medicine, nursing, anything to do with hospital, there's anything to do with caring, that health industry, you're going to get an interview. And you don't want to lie in your person because they'll ask you and you don't want to be caught out. So if you know your mental health, don't tend to lie. But again, be as truthful as you are to yourself. Don't rely on spell check. Sometimes you may go on Google and they will check, not Google, Microsoft, they will spell check and help you get rid of some spellings, but not all of them. So please do check and proofread your work. Don't leave it to last minute. It's good to take your time. It's bit by bit. Don't expect to be able to write your personal statement while watching TV, when your kids are around or playing around. It's hard to concentrate. Make sure you spend time to just give yourself the opportunity to be able to write and focus. Don't use quotes when you're not going to explain them, and don't be negative about it. But yeah. So these are some useful links that's obviously on the PowerPoint that you may have access to. For UCAS, personal statements, super curricular guidance, and basically a bit more guidance for any links that if you may need help in writing a personal statement, they're also on the PowerPoint for you to look at. But yeah, so again, let us know if you are writing one. We'll be very, very happy to look through it and give you feedback as many times as you need to. But again, you require several drafts. You're not going to get the perfect one straight away. So yeah, does anybody have any questions? At all about personal statements, work experience? Yeah, it was a lot that we went through. So this is probably like our last part we'll go through about personal statements, because it's an ongoing thing we've been going through. But yeah, our next session will be going through like applying, so how to apply for a job from the beginning to the end, key tips, things to look at, things to make sure you're doing correctly, things to avoid, doing a whole job application. So yeah, so I think I'll leave it here as I've gone through a lot of content. So I'd like to absorb what I've said. And again, you do have access to this PowerPoint and this recording if you do want to check over and look at the structure that we've been speaking about. So yeah,
Thank you very much, Olushi. Do we
No
have
worries.
question? We don't just want Olushi to be talking without you even saying any word. Do you have question for Olushi? Do we have a personal statement? Do we want to further? Are we interested in furthering? Or are we planning to do that in maybe in the near future? Or you thinking maybe 2 years time or a year time, I will be going back to school, or I want to plan 1 or 2 things on how to further my education. When we say going back to school, doesn't really mean it must be a university, you know. It could be you want to go do any college course. You know, there are courses there. You maybe want to go for any of the colleges, or you want to do online courses, but you need to see proof to them that you've got a personal statement. Even if you do not have a certification, you can just be volunteering somewhere and you decided to go and do NVQ2, NVQ1 or 3, but they want you to bring a personal statement. If you have all that, or you want to, how will I put it? You want someone to help you to look into this write-up. That's why we are here. Use the opportunity, because it's a question of, even if you are still planning to go to uni or do your any studying in 3 months time, a year time, you can get your CV or personal statement prepared beforehand. And when you have it handy, only what you need to do is to top up, to add up to it, or to update it. So that is why we are here. If you need any of that, do not fail to contact me, you know, or you can start your CV from the scratch, or personal statement from the scratch. And when you do that, it will not be a stress, and also by the time you need it, you will have it to hand. So let's try to help ourselves, because they've made opportunity for people to enjoy this facility. I can see somebody. Joy, is that you?
Yes, I've got a question.
Okay, lovely.
Oh, hello, everyone. Hi, Oluchi. Yeah, thank you for the wonderful presentation. It's actually a fantastic opportunity that we have here, because obviously it's not easy to write these personal statements, and you don't want to make a mistake. You want to sell yourself out. You want to make sure that you stand out from, I don't know, the hundreds or tens of people that are applying for that position. So yeah, it's great that we have this opportunity, that you can support us if we're in that position. My question is, so when we apply for jobs, sometimes we're required to write a supporting statement, right? How is that different from a personal statement? Because I know they're quite similar, but would you say they're the same? Because some of us here might probably not be looking at maybe furthering our education. So for some people in their mind, they're thinking about the next job. Do you think the skills are transferable? It's applicable, what you've just talked about?
Yeah, I would say that they're very different. Obviously, PASTIM is for furthering education is a bit more more in depth, more thorough. That you need more things to talk about. But when with jobs, transferable skills is even more emphasized, should be more significant than personal statement. When you are looking at personal statements for jobs, I would recommend looking at I think we went through a little bit before about looking at the specification of what, the job review. So when you are looking for a job, they'll give you the specifications, the qualifications that they want. They're looking for this kind of people. They're looking for someone that's this. So when you are trying to write a personal statement, you want to be able to show that you have displayed what they're looking for. So it's more trying to tailor your experience. So again, transferable skills to the position and the skills they are looking for. So with personal statements, I would say that it is tailored to different roles that is advertised by different jobs. So if your job is requiring you to be have good communication, to be quite fast-paced, it's quite a fast-paced environment. It requires you to be problem solver, and you've been in retail, you've been in hospitality. Hospitality is a fast-paced environment. You would use that and translate, okay, these are transferable skills related to this role, rather than transferring this related to skills you want to you want to pursue in your further education. But they are quite similar. But with jobs, it's particular for the particular job you're looking for, the things they are looking for. So the key roles they're looking for. You're applying your experience to that rather than in personal statements of further your education. You are selling yourself. You're using experience to show that you have the skills to apply this in your course, subject related, and in the career you want to further explore. Anybody have any other questions? Thank you. It was a very good question. That's very true. Anybody have any questions?
Any question, please? If you don't have question, do you want me to call names? If I want to ask people around if they have personal statements, you know. Do you have your personal statement to hand? Do you want someone to help you structure it? Antonia, are you there? Antonia, are you there?
Yes, ma'am, here.
Do you have your personal statement?
No, you know, I came late, sorry. So I didn't know what you're talking about. Yes.
It doesn't mean you can come in anytime, you know, but it's good you are in promptly because it does help you to learn more, you know.
Yeah.
You came in, you join in, we're talking about personal statement, you join in halfway, but you should say, I need personal statement. I want someone to structure it for you. You know, if you have one to hand, it's a plus. There is nothing to lose, isn't it?
Yeah.
You know, the only thing you need to do is to add up what you've done, your other experience, write it out the way you want it, send it over, there's someone look into it, and you've already had a personal statement to hand. You know, that is why this program is here. Let's utilize it. So I will be expecting that from you, you know. Is that okay, Antonia?
Okay, ma'am.
Okay. Edith, I can see you, Edith. Unmute and talk to me. Do you have personal statements? Edith, are you not there? Mary Jane, you sent me a message that you can't hear me. Can you hear me now? Okay.
Oh yeah, I saw in the chat. I think Edith sent a question on the chat. Yeah, I just saw.
Okay.
Can you please elaborate on more on the do's and don'ts when writing a personal statement? Yeah, for sure.
Okay.
My pleasure. Do's and don'ts. Yeah. So when we were talking about personal throughout, I've been giving like tips about do's and don'ts. So with do's and what to do. So again, we want to have a clear structure. So when you are writing a personal statement, you want to make sure it's authentic, that you are writing it yourself, you're true to yourself. You want to be able to, again, display that you're enthusiastic in the particular career you want to go to or the subjects that you want to further your education in. You want to be enthusiastic, so showing that you have done research, you've read a book, you've done documentaries, you've spoken to people in that profession, that you're enthusiastic in that career. You want to present yourself as a rounded person. So even if you're not an academic person, you're not a person that reads a lot of books or have done a lot of education, you are well-rounded, and this is shown by your experience. So if you've done experience in hospitality, healthcare, teach in education, it's just showing that you've done experience in different areas, and it shows you're a well-rounded person. Another thing that you should also do when you're writing a personal statement is also to, again, make sure that people are checking. So you give us, somebody you trust for feedback. Because again, personal statement, you can't write it in one day, or people can, but it's good to make sure you have that time to revise it and do drafts and let people give you feedback on it. Don'ts, again, using flamboyant, elaborate language. Again, simple, clear, and concise, using ambitious vocabulary. You yourself will try and you won't even understand the sentence because there's a lot going on. So I would say, try and just use simple, stick to your simple, concise language, English language. Anything more, lack of clarity. The person will be confused. I think there's an even example I think I had of a sentence that was like, I didn't even know what was going on in that sentence. There was a lot going on. Hopefully I probably could try and find it, but No? Okay. Well, there was a sentence, I'd probably go back. It's been a long, we've done a lot since we started. There was a sentence after, yes, this is the sentence. It is the sentence of using, rambling on not being clear. So this is an example: captivated by all the all-encompassing importance of law in society, I'm amazed at the way crime is moderated, precedents are set, and how they construct the nature of the world around us. Again, it's quite a ramble. There's a lot to somebody reading this, I don't even know where to start, because there's a lot of things you've said in one sentence. Again, it's about being clear. Because even as much as vocabulary you can put, it's about being clear. If the person can't read your work, can't read it, and it's not clear to them, they won't be able to understand it. That's one thing I always say, to not ramble and to be clear and concise when writing a personal statement. I would say again, as talking about CV, your CV should give you like a base and outline, because it shows your experience. It shows all your experience that you've done, and you can use that to show transferable skills. So even if you haven't done any work, direct work experience in hospitality or health, the work experience you have done can be transferred into that career or that sector. I would say don't use quotes if you haven't read the book. So you don't want to say, oh, I read I Had a Dream by Martin Luther King Jr. and you leave it there. That's it. You didn't talk about anything else, but you just said, I read this. It doesn't show, they don't gain anything from that. They don't show they're interested. They just show that you read a book that you probably didn't even know if you read it or not. So you're just showing your interest, showing that you've done a lot, you're a well-rounded person, your interest in that subject. And don't rely on spell check. Let people make sure you proofread it, make sure you get one of us, if you are writing one, or somebody to read over it, to proofread it, to give you feedback. So I hope that it's a bit more elaborated and you understand it about the do's and don'ts. But thank you for that question. But yeah, so again, as we were talking about, any personal statements, or if anyone is considering, or even if it's a job, as Joy gave the question about, even if it's a job, you want to write a personal for a job, and let us do know, because the things we've learned can be applied and can help. So yeah.
Thank you very much, Oluchi. You've heard it from her that if you want, you need help with any of this write-up, you can contact us. We'll be able to do that for you. So if you are among us here, you want that help, please do not fail to contact us. I want to use this opportunity to welcome Joy. Thank you for joining us today again. Please, the floor is open for you.
Oh, hello. Thank you, Owa. I don't think I can share my screen. Apparently, you've disabled participants.
I should have added you. Give me a few minutes. Let me, all participants. Okay. Try it now. I'll add you as a co-host as well. I think that will help.
That's good. Lovely. Can everyone see my screen?
Yeah, yes.
Yes, we can.
So good evening, everyone. Hope we had a lovely break, 2 weeks break. That seemed like ages ago now. And it's great to be back. As ever, we're talking all things internet safety, internet well-being, internet skills, digital skills, however way you want to put it. We just try and, get different topics, different issues that maybe some of us might be experiencing, and we talk about it, we look at it, and we look at how we can improve our skills and help ourselves. So today we will be looking at WhatsApp web on the computer. So a lot of us, already use WhatsApp. Is there anybody that doesn't use WhatsApp here? Anybody? I very much doubt. I'm sure I can bet my money on that. We all use WhatsApp. A lot of people use WhatsApp all around the world globally. I believe it's the most common used app. And even people that are not on social media, like, Facebook, TikTok, and so on, but they still manage to get on WhatsApp. Even my dad at 80 something was using WhatsApp brilliantly. you know, so it's for everyone, the old, the young. It's really easy and it's convenient, and it means that, you know, we can share information, things can go viral very quickly. We can share pictures, we can do a lot, you know, on our WhatsApp. So we thought we would, and a lot of people are pretty confident at using the WhatsApp on their phones, on their mobile phones, whether you're using iPhones or Androids. People are pretty good at that. But we thought we'll branch out a little bit and look at how we can use WhatsApp on our computer. Not just your computer, it could be your laptop, any devices other than your phone. So it could be your tablet, I don't know, your iPad, your laptop, your desktop, if we still have something like that. Yes, we do, I think. Yeah, whatever it is. I don't think we could use WhatsApp yet on our smart TV. I mean, correct me if I'm wrong, but so far, yes, on all the devices, all the other devices that we use other than our phones. I know some people might be interested in this for different reasons. So let's just look at what it's all about. Okay. So what is WhatsApp Web? It's simply a cross-platform version. It's a version of WhatsApp that lets you, you know, access your chats in a bigger monitor. As I said, your laptop, your computer, your tablets. It just is a very, very similar service, but on a bigger screen, on a bigger monitor, which is quite nice. It allows you to read, send messages, listen, send videos, listen to your voice messages, and also receive files on your devices, okay? And all messages are fully synced between your devices, which means you can chat from both your phone as well as your computer at the same time. So you can, I mean, you could be in the middle of something whilst you're maybe doing your work or whatever, you're doing something very important on your device. You can work across your device and your phone, or maybe actually you're charging your phone somewhere. You could perhaps maybe get onto your laptop and updates, maybe just communicate with people and do whatever you need to do on WhatsApp whilst you're on your device. So that's basically what it is. Very, very simple. It means that you're able to access your WhatsApp on a device other than your phone. So why use WhatsApp on your computer? What's the big deal? I mean, I've got my phone, I can carry it everywhere. And yes, you're right. It's more handy to use your phone because you can move around. It's a bit more, I think it's a lot more flexible. You get more flexible use by, you know, using your WhatsApp on your phone, but why even bother with your computer? So often, WhatsApp users wish to continue their chat on PC or desktop on a bigger device, and it's all about the experience. It's about the having a good experience, or whilst on WhatsApp. It's about having a bigger device, having a bigger monitor, and so on and so forth. So it's the experience of, you know, enjoying the use of that app other than your phone. Because sometimes it's like your phone might be, you know, we're all parents. Sometimes we give our phones out to our children. They're busy with it. Sometimes to keep them calm. Or I don't know, maybe they're doing a bit of research on your phone for their homework. So it means that you can also access it. You're not totally restricted by you not physically having your phone with you. It means that you've still got some access, at least to your WhatsApp. So it's about the experience. And it's also the ease of doing work. Normal WhatsApp using mobile phones, main users would frequently need to stop work and to respond to messages or phones and so on and so forth. So we talked about that. It's easier when you're on the laptop if you're doing work. Some companies or organizations, they use WhatsApp platform. And sometimes I used to imagine that, oh, do they have a phone? Do they have just one person that maybe manages a phone and their WhatsApp and sends message? No, I think they're doing it on the desktop. This is what it is now. They're using a desktop. They connect, they link the device, and it's on a desktop, and they can see it clearly. It's bigger, and they have a better experience. Okay. So the advantages of using WhatsApp on your device, the first one, like we've already established, is that you've got a bigger screen than your smartphone. So that's really good. You can see the details. You can type easier, it's faster when using the computer keyboard other than your phone. So that's really good for some of us that struggle to maybe see the buttons, or I don't know what it is. Maybe you just find that you're slower using your phone, your mobile phone keypads. Then you might have a better experience probably looking at it on the laptop. And there's no need to download the app or any other software extension. So with the WhatsApp on the device, it depends on what device you're using. If you're using, for example, like a Windows device, you don't necessarily need to download the app onto that device. You can go on the web page and just link your device from there. I'll show you very briefly how we can do that. So there's no need to download any app. And it really depends on the device that you're using. You've also got large computer storage compared to your phone. So that's good. So if, for example, you're always receiving files from a particular person, or I don't know, maybe documents or important information, you can access that on your laptop so that when you open that particular file, you can then save it on your laptop. Okay, and then go on your phone and delete it. Because remember, when you get a message, you get the alerts both on your device as well as the mobile phone. So effectively, you're using up 2 storage, to be honest. But once you've got it on your device and you've saved that file, that video, that's probably, I don't know, 10 minutes long or whatever. Once you've saved it on your computer, then that means you don't need to have it on your phone. It's your choice. It depends on your storage allowance that you've got. But if you're really worried about your storage, then you can decide to just leave it on the computer, save it on the computer and delete it off your phone just to create more storage for you. Because if you're anything like me, from time to time, I do have that notification that you've used up some of your, or nearly all of your storage. So I have to go into my regular contacts and delete stuff from maybe our chats, things that are not really relevant. So that saves you a bit of storage. And also it's easier to move to your chats and communicate with friends and colleagues while going about your work on a PC. Not that it's recommended that whilst you're working, you know, you're flipping between work and WhatsApp, but if you need to, like I said, it depends on the kind of work that you're doing. Some businesses, organizations, they genuinely use WhatsApp to communicate to their clients or their customers. And if that's the case, then it's convenient for you rather than flipping from the phone to the laptop. The disadvantages are not so much, so that's a good thing. One thing is that you need very strong internet connectivity between your phone and your computer. So if your internet is not strong, then it's not going to work. But also, you know, like in the phone, even if your internet is not strong, sometimes you still get the connectivity, you still get the messages, they still drop on your WhatsApp. It's slightly different for the devices. You need to have strong connectivity, which most of the time it's not a problem for a lot of people, unless occasionally where, you know, we do have like connection problems, and that can happen. And another disadvantage is you can only view WhatsApp statuses, but cannot change your account's profile picture or update news status. So that's one limitation. You might need to do that via your mobile phone, but it's not the end of the world. It's not massive, I would say. So that's some of the disadvantages that we've been able to identify. So this is just a really quick step-by-step guide on how we can set up the WhatsApp on our computer. And I've deliberately put this here for reference purposes, so that after this session, if you want to go back and demonstrate it, or maybe link your WhatsApp to any device, you can come back here and just follow the guide. And it's just that it's handy to have as part of the slide, but we would have a live demo now just to show you how it's done and to go through the features with you. So before we do that, has anybody got any questions about that? Or is any one of us already doing this? I don't want to assume that we all don't know about this, or just let me know what your experience is. Is it something that you're using already? I know OA sent us a little bit of information so that we can get ourselves prepared. If it's something that you're thinking of doing personally, I haven't tried it before. Today was my first, I know about it, but I haven't just bothered with it. Today was my first experience and it was really cool. Yeah, so it was really good. And some of the videos I have on my phones, I could watch them on the laptop, on my device. And it was much nicer to have that. It's like watching the videos on a TV, the bigger screen. So it was really good. Just checking, does anyone have any experience of this? Is anybody already using WhatsApp on their devices? Does anyone have a device ready? Is anyone ready for us to go through it together? Let me know, please. Where's our regulars? Let me know. Is this something that we're interested in, or am I just blabbing to myself? Because I want to show you the demo now, but I just want to know that you're following and it's relevant to you. Even if it's just one person, I don't mind. Does anybody use this?
Do we have anyone that wants
Yes,
to?
I've used it before.
Fantastic. Anybody else? Okay, so that's good. So we've got somebody. So I'm new to it, Martha. So if it's not working for me, I'm gonna actually call on you, Martha, to help, but I'm sure it will be fine. I'm sure it will be fine. Okay,
no problem.
Thank you. Martha is my assistant today. So before we start, I did actually try using it on my, I've got two laptops on my personal laptop. And that was good. It all went well. But shortly before this session, my laptop started blanking out. Okay. So now I'm using a different laptop. So it's a fresh experience for me. So bear with me. We're going to go through this journey together. So I'm going to stop sharing. So that, hang on. Yeah, so that I can share again. I can share my, a new screen with you. Okay. Right, so we stop sharing. Now I'm going to, right, this is where I need to be. Okay. Can you see my screen and my web page? Can everyone see that?
Yes.
Okay, thank you. So I don't know what it is like on your computer. I'm not sure what device you're using, but generally, if or what what search engine you use. So I am using Microsoft Edge. All right. So some people might be using Google Chrome. I don't know. It's all the same thing. We are going to arrive at the same page and get the same outcome out of this. So if you go on your search engine and you just type in WhatsApp web, okay? So we go WhatsApp web. Right, lovely. So we are going to get this WhatsApp web. All right, so you can do it two ways. So you can decide to download, like I said before, you can decide to go to your Play Store on your device. Remember, some people might be trying to connect their device or their WhatsApp on maybe iPad or their tablets. So you can go through one option, which is downloading the app on your device. Or if you've got a Windows device like myself, you just go straight to the website, which is what I've done. So I'm not downloading, I've gone straight to the website. And then you click on WhatsApp, yeah, WhatsApp web. Okay, lovely. So yeah, so this is what you get when you click on WhatsApp web. And this is pretty cool because it gives you like a quick step-by-step guide as well. So even if you don't have access to go on our PowerPoint slide to get the guide, once you go on your search engine and you type in WhatsApp web and then you click on that, it takes you straight to this page. And you can see at the top right of my screen, there is a QR code there. So that's what we need to be able to link the device. Okay, so bear with me. Right, so I've got my phone here. I don't know if everyone can see. Let me see. I need to try and see myself on the video because I need to show you. Right, can everyone see my phone? Yeah. So hold on. I'm just going to log into my phone. So what you need to do, the first instruction says, open WhatsApp on your mobile phone. We all know how to do that. So this is my WhatsApp. Okay. You go on your WhatsApp. Let me see. It's a bit blurry, isn't it?
Yes.
Okay, it's blurry. It's not showing. Oh yeah, it's showing now. Right, so this is your WhatsApp page. Now what you need to do is you go on the top right corner of your WhatsApp page where you find the three little button on the top right corner of your WhatsApp page. You find the three buttons on the top right corner, and that's where you generally go for like your settings or your menu. So you go there and you click on that. When you click on that, this is what you get. Oh, it's not really showing. Okay, so when you click on that, you get an option. You get like a drop down option, and it says new group, new broadcast, linked device, starred messages, and settings. So I'm using an Android phone. I'm not sure if this is slightly different for an iPhone. Oh, wow, is that the same? You've got these drop down on the top right, three buttons.
It's slightly different.
Okay, so
Yeah,
what options do you have then?
yes, I know I've done this before. Now I'm just wondering, okay, what do you want? Where do you want us to go to now?
If you go on the top three buttons on your right, top three
Okay.
buttons on the right, which is your menu button or settings.
Yeah,
I just what the drop down is.
we in iPhone there is no top three buttons, but when you go to setting, when
Settings,
you
that's
are
right.
on your iPhone, you can see star message. First of all, you see your where your name section is.
Yeah.
Then you see in the new iPhone, you see avatar. Then you see starred messages. Then the one you are thinking of now is link device.
Link devices, yes.
Link devices, yeah.
So that's what I want. So you're going to have very similar, but for the purpose of this demo, all you need is the linked device. So you click on the linked device, okay? And then it takes you on a page and it's asking you, link a device. So you see a green button that says link a device. So we actually want to link a device. So I'm going to click on that, link a device. Brilliant. So once you do that, it takes you to a camera mode. And once you're in that camera mode, you need to scan the QR code. I've just done that now.
Yeah, you were so fast.
Oh, was I?
Yeah, I was thinking you tell them, you know, that code you show, they should know that they are going to scan it, how to scan it, you know. They
Yeah,
might not,
because I don't.
if you
I
go
had
over it again.
I'll go back now. It's all right. Because if I've got a camera, if I had a camera right in front of me, then you can see my screen. But because I don't have that. Let me go back. Web page, so we know that. Hold on, it's downloading. Oh, I actually
You've
have
already done it.
no, I'm going to log out from my, so I've logged out.
Mm,
Brilliant. So it's kicked me out.
okay.
Okay. So we'll start all over again. So you go on your phone and you look for menu or settings. If you're using the Android phone, it will be the top 3 buttons to the right of your phone, top 3 right buttons on your phone once you are on your WhatsApp page, the front of your WhatsApp page. If you're using iPhone, you just go to WhatsApp settings.
Let's see. Yeah.
Yeah. And you get a drop down really, but what we are interested in is linked device. Without this, you won't be able to connect your mobile phone to the computer that you're trying to link it with. So we need linked device. So once you click on the link device, it then takes you to your camera mode. I don't know whether we've ever scanned a QR code before. Some of us might be familiar with it. Sometimes, I don't know, you get a leaflet and they say to register, scan the code, easy peasy. So all you do is go to your camera mode. You go to your camera as if you're going to take a photo of something, and you place the phone right in front of the QR code. And then it automatically scans the code. So that's what's happening here. As soon as you click on, let me see whether.
Sorry to cut you short. The QR code, the WhatsApp QR code is right in front of us now. That's what we are seeing.
Yeah.
Okay.
This is it.
Yeah, that is really, I just want them to know this is what they are going to scan, it's right in front of us.
Yeah. I don't know why it's so blurry. Maybe because I've got a blurred background. Because initially when I tried it,
maybe it's the lightning.
Yeah, initially when I tried it, I could show people my screen. But anyway, so it says link a device, right? So I'm going to click on link a device. Right. And then, like I said, it takes you to camera mode, as if you're going to take a photo or picture of something. So now what you need to do is place the camera right in front of the QR code. And there would be like a square image in front of your phone, in front of your camera, which you have to align with the QR code. So I'm just doing that now. And as soon as you do that, it connects immediately. Okay. Right. Brilliant. So there we are. So now I've just managed to, it's literally like what, 3-4 steps. That's all we need. I've managed to link my phone to my computer device. Okay. Is everyone following me? Apart from Martha, because I know Martha is familiar with this process. Does everyone understand how we got here?
Yes, I do.
Good, good. Is anybody actually trying to do that live? No? Okay, that's fine. You don't have to do it now, but if you really need to, after the session, like I said, the step-to-step guide will be in the PowerPoint. Okay. So now let's look at the features. So this is my WhatsApp. So just so you know, this is my spare phone. So there's nothing confidential here. It works the same way as your phone. I'm going to try and send a message to OWA. So I'm going to use OWA for this live demo. And so I click on OWA. So this is the link she sent to me earlier. And then I'm just going to say hi. So that's it. Hi, OWA. OWA, did you receive it? You're on mute.
Yes, I did. It's live.
Easy. And can you send me one as well?
Okay.
Send me something. So that's the basic, just literally chatting on WhatsApp. Lovely. So I've just received the message from OWA, and it says, and just so you know, I'm getting that message both on the mobile as well as the computer, the laptop device. So that's great. So this is OWA's message, and you can see, I'm going to click into it. Hello, Joy. Nice to see you here. Thank you, OWA. So if you look at this search button, like you normally do on your WhatsApp, you can search for names, contacts, say Samantha. Is there Samantha here? Let's see. Right, yes, Samantha Godmother. Look, I was looking for Samantha. There's no Samantha, but yeah, I found Samantha Godmother. So that's how you can search for contacts. It's just basically straightforward using your search engine here. Now for status, yes, this is where your status is, right? So you click on that. Now, unfortunately, we don't have any status on this phone. So I can't see anything, but generally, this is where you view all your statuses. So you would have the contacts on your left as usual, and then you just click on the various contacts and see what they've posted. Okay, so that's good. Right, I'm going to come out of status, and then this is where you create your groups and communities. Okay. I don't want to start a community. I want to start a group and manage. Okay. New chat. It's supposed to be where you add a group. Okay. It doesn't seem to be working. Let's see what this is. Yes, new group. That's it. That's what I wanted. So if you want to set up a group, you go on this button and then you just click on new group. It's basically everything that you can do on your mobile phone. So I'm just going to maybe pick the people I want to add in that group. I'm going to say Abigail. No, Abigail is not here. I'm going to choose OWA. I'm adding OWA to the group. Maybe Natasha, she's there. And maybe Gabby. Gabby's there as well. And this is what you do, okay, to set up the group. I don't want to set up a group and get people confused, but because they might be wondering, what's that about? But yeah, you just click on this button, the green arrow button, to set up the group, okay? So that's pretty straightforward. Is there any other features on Red Chats? Okay, so yeah, you can filter your chats. So if you've got chats, like some people, I don't know, receive lots and lots of notification messages. Maybe you've been at work all day, you haven't had a chance to respond to all your chats. You probably responded to maybe the most important ones, and you just want to find out or respond to the ones that you're still yet to get in touch with. You can filter here. So this is supposed to display on all your unread chats if you just click on that button. All right. So get notified of new messages. Turn on. Yeah. So basically you can turn on this notification if you want to be alerted of a new message whilst you're using your computer. And even if you're not using the computer, you still get the alert, because as soon as you turn on the computer, because that happened to me earlier on, so I'd already shut down, but as soon as I turn on the computer, just like you would in maybe get messages or get the notification on your phone, it would pop up at the bottom of your device and let you know that you've got a message or something from somebody. So you would actually get the notification if you turn this on. So that's optional. If you don't want to be disturbed, you can leave that on mute. You can leave that, look at that, leave that on mute. And then at your spare time, go back to it and catch up on all your chats, especially if you're using the same device for work, because you don't want to be maybe too distracted. So it's really your choice. is there any features that I'm missing out here? Oh, wow. Is there anything you feel that I'm missing out here? Any feature?
You know, this, can you hear me? Oh yeah, I'm on mute now. You know, this, when you're talking about gadgets like this, it's ongoing, learning is ongoing concerning this. You know, there are features that will come up that we need to understand more, like creating of all this group and all that. That's another topic on its own. Because some people, apart from this functional skill, which, well, this is part of functional skill, they really want to, business-wise, they want to make use of all these groups to broadcast to other people to know what is going on within what they are selling or what they are trying to pass across, you know. So we cannot really exhaust everything today. We can do more as time goes on, rather than just bombarding everyone with a lot of information today. So we can keep that, and some other time we'll look into it. Or if anybody among us here wants us to treat any of the topic that is relating to what he or she is doing, we can always come up and start off with that. So if anybody have questions about this, there's no problem.
Yeah, just really quickly, if you look at the top 3 buttons here, you've got your contact information, disappear. So you can always turn on disappearing messages. You know, like some people send you lots and lots and lots of information. Most of them might actually be irrelevant, or maybe you're actually thinking of your storage. So this is where you can activate disappearing messages. So if you click onto that, for example, it will, I'm gonna move this up. You have the option of either maybe setting it for 90 days, 7 days, 24 hours. And for example, in some groups that I'm in, we've got disappearing messages set up for 7 days. So after 7 days, any messages that comes on that group will be disappeared, will automatically just fade away. So if something drops up on that WhatsApp and it's important, you better run with it, or, you know, save it somewhere else. Otherwise, you know, it will be disappeared, and you've got it for 90 and 24 hours. So that's also good as well. I use that a lot. If you're thinking of storage and just actually keeping everything nice and clean, you can mute notifications, especially if you're at work or you're in a meeting. So you can completely mute notification for either each contact or group. With groups, I think this is more common with groups, because obviously different people are posting information, sending messages, and it can just get really annoying, especially if it's something that you're interested in, or maybe you're at work. And also it means that you're not constantly checking your phone, because you're probably anxious, thinking, what's that? And then you, oh, is this? Oh, okay, whatever. So it helps you kind of manage the use of your phone. And also, I think it also works with your battery life as well. So it just keeps everything nice and clear and clean. You can clear messages here. You can delete chats. So that's good. You can block. You can report. Let's see. So yes, if you have people, random people sending you stuff, or somebody has sent you something that you're not happy with, you can block them. It might be somebody that you even know. You can decide to block them from contacting you. So yeah, you can just fiddle around with it on your devices. You can't really go wrong that much. And if you have any questions or you're not sure about anything, do always come back to us. But it's actually a nice experience. I would encourage everyone to try it out. I remember when my daughter's mobile phone was broken. So we had to send it for repairs, or I think it was at home, but it wasn't working, the screen or something like that. She just went on the laptop. So she didn't feel like she was missing out too much. She could still keep in touch with her friends on WhatsApp and was up to date with their schoolwork and assignments and all of that. So it's really handy like that as well. Any questions, anybody? Oh, Antonia, you've got your hand up. Go for it.
Yeah, sorry, good evening.
Good evening.
Everyone. Sorry, I just wanted to ask this question. Thanks for the message. At least I get a very good clarification about the WhatsApp now. For instance, you want to you don't want to talk to someone, and even if you don't want to block them, how do you go about it? As in, you don't want to talk to them, you don't want to block them, but for instance, as in maybe you just want to mute them, and maybe if they call you, the thing will ring busy or whatsoever. So how do you go about it if you want to do such thing on WhatsApp?
Okay, so you want to read the message. For example, if they send you a chat, you saying that you like to read it, but you don't want to respond, and sometimes you don't want them to know that you've even read that message.
No, not message. As in, you don't want to pick the call. As in, maybe when they call you on WhatsApp, you don't want to pick the call. Maybe the thing will just go to busy or business, and you don't want to block that person. How can you go about such thing?
I'm not 100% sure. I don't know whether we can do that actually on WhatsApp. Oh, well, what do you think? Do you think we can do that?
There is a bit that what they call archive, you can take them towards archive. Doesn't mean you will not see the message, or when they are calling you, sending you message, you wouldn't necessarily see it coming in directly, but they are still there. But in the aspect of making yourself busy, is only when you block them that they cannot reach you. You understand? It will be ringing when you block them. This is one bit of it. When you block them, it will be ringing, but they wouldn't know what is going on. They will be trying to reach you, but they can't reach you. But it's not that it shows to them that you blocked them, because I know what you are trying to escape. You don't want them to know that you blocked them.
Yeah. And I don't want to receive their call as well. And I don't want them to know that I blocked them. So how can you go about it?
The best thing is to block them. When you block them, they wouldn't know that you blocked them, but they will be trying to reach you, and they can't get you. You understand? But it's not written there that you blocked them. They don't see that you physically block them, because this has actually happened to me. I blocked someone and I forgot to unblock the person. The person was trying to call me, couldn't reach me, only for me to say, why are you not reaching me? Because the call was so nasty, as in it was coming in too much. I needed to give him a pause, So he used the wife number to get me. Immediately he called me, the wife called me, I picked, but he is trying to call me. I said, I don't really know. I forgot that I've already blocked the person. So I was not telling the person, I do not know why you can't reach me. How come your wife can reach me and you can't reach me? So what would not happen was that by the time I went back to the phone, I realized that I blocked the person, then I unblocked the person. Do you understand? So in that aspect, when the person is calling you, the person can reach you, but the person wouldn't know that you've blocked the person and you've already blocked. Do you understand? The only way the person will know, like if you are an experienced person using this particular WhatsApp, you will know that the person blocked you, because there are status and the faces might not be showing, to just be remain there like that, But on real occasion that people will know that you blocked them, honestly.
Yeah. So thank you, Owa. So people might know after a while, because as soon as they can't get hold of you continuously, repeatedly, nothing is going forward or backwards with that status, with that display picture.
Exactly.
They might figure out that, oh, this person might have actually blocked me. And secondly, when they send you a message, you won't be able to receive it. So it's not going to show received. It's going to have that one tick. So that's going to indicate to them that something is not quite right. What Antonia is trying to establish is, when you do your SIM call, for your SIM call, you can actually put people on busy. As soon as you call them, you can put them on busy. My daughter sometimes, I don't know, has that on her phone, and it gets me so frustrated.
So how do you do that on normal call if you want to put the person busy and you don't want to talk to that person?
We don't have that display, and it depends on the phone that you're using. You have to go to your contacts. What phone do you use?
I use iPhone.
See? iPhone people.
I use a 13 Pro.
Don't worry, I'm joining you guys soon. I told you before.
This is the setting you go to.
Well, you go to setting. My daughter uses an iPhone. And Natasha, you're actually here. Could you chip in for us, please?
Mhm.
And sometimes I know that when you call her, it rings and then it just cuts off. It rings and it cuts off. And you're wondering what's going on. So and then she says, oh, sorry, I put it on busy. So that can work for SIM call, but not on WhatsApp. I've checked with our technology people that we have in the house. They said, no, mom, not yet. I'm sure they'll let us know once. The thing is that with technology, it continues to develop. Every time there's new features, every time they're updating, upgrading, making, I don't know, putting in new stuff that will give their users better experience. So let's watch this space. Who knows? Natasha, are you there?
Yeah.
Okay, please, could you explain to Antonia how you can activate your SIM call so that it shows busy, it goes busy. Like when they try to call you, they won't be able to, it rings and it just cuts off, or you know what I'm talking about because I've pulled you out on this before. Yeah, and she uses an iPhone, so that's good.
So you can go to your settings and you can type up do not disturb. So it's like a feature where you can turn on, so that I turn it on so when I'm in school I don't get any notifications, or when I'm busy someone doesn't call me, or if they do call me it rings but silently, so you don't see it, you only see the missed call. So basically you can type up do not disturb and you click on it and you can set specific times where it will automatically turn on by itself, or you can physically just add it to your control center, which is like, you know, when you swipe up from the right side of your screen, and you can activate it by just clicking it. And once you do that, like notifications are silenced. It's like putting your phone on silent, but it's more like recognizable on your phone, and it even tells you when your phone is turned off, it tells you when your phone is on do not disturb. It's in a faded, the notifications are faded, so that it's like a kind of a reminder in case you need to turn it off quickly. But it does show missed calls. It just doesn't ring out loud and it silences it.
Yeah. From a recipient perspective, because you're describing it to us now from a caller. No, we are the callers. Yeah. So from a caller's perspective, what happens is that the phone rings and then it sort of goes busy or something like that. There's a funny kind of reaction response you get that would tell you that, oh, actually, this person is not available to speak to you, literally. So yeah, Antonia, did you get that a little bit?
I'm just trying to go to my setting and see what she is talking about.
So basically
settings, right? And you know where the search is, you can type up do not disturb, or what will come up is focus. So if you click on focus, it gives you the options of either do not disturb, personal, sleep, or work, where you can activate sleep one, you can activate a work one, or personal one. Do not disturb is like the general one where you just click it for any time of the day. When you click do not disturb, you can pick people to allow it to ring, or you can just customize the time schedule that you want it to activate by.
Sorry, please, can I cut you off for a minute? You know, when you go to setting, it brings up the wherever the phone. Is it when you go to the, you know, for like my iPhone, gives me, when I go to setting on my iPhone, it gives me the AirPod mode, the Wi-Fi, Bluetooth, you know, the list of them. And then is it that I should go down to where my phone is?
No, there's a search on top of your Apple ID. There's just a search, like.
Okay, let me help you with this, Natasha. Antonia, are you in your setting?
Yeah, I'm into setting now.
Okay, can you see Bluetooth?
Yeah, I saw Bluetooth.
Mobile data?
Yes.
Personal hot space? VPN? notification, sound and haptics,
Yes, focus.
focus. That is
Yeah.
where you are going to focus.
Oh, all right.
Go to focus, yeah? Did you
Okay.
see when you click on focus, what did you get? Do not disturb.
Do not disturb, sleep,
Sleep.
personal, work.
Okay, so you see that sleep. If you want to go to bed, you can put it on sleep at a particular time when you click on the sleep. So at that, when that time, maybe you said you want to, you have it in mind, you want to be sleeping every 8 or 10 o'clock, yeah? At that particular time, when it is 10 o'clock or 8 o'clock, nobody will be able to reach you again. You know, your phone will automatically cut everyone off when you click, when you put it on that. That's one of the function of that. Then do not disturb that Natasha was trying to explain. When you click on that, there are various options. Let me even do that for you. Okay. There are various options that comes under do not disturb. That is when you choose what you want to do. Yeah. If you try it now, you will see it. People not allowed is there, apps not allowed is there. So there are different features. You have to play with it. When you click on people not allowed, then you know who to add, who not to add. That is when you add that your person that you don't want to. So when you put the number there, it will continue to read till like it don't come. You understand? Okay. So that's that bit. Now get that right under focus. Then every other thing you play with it. And if you find out that you do not understand, call me. We'll talk about that. Yeah, we'll mass it together.
All right. Thank you so much. I really
What you can do, Antonia, is practice with your household members. Because you don't want to block people, important people. So maybe you can practice maybe selecting household members. You can call them. What reaction do they get from their phone? What response? So you understand from both the caller's perspective and the receiver perspective, what they're getting. So you know whether it's appropriate for each person.
Okay.
Yeah. And then you feel more confident rolling it out to whoever.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
Okay. Any other questions from anybody else? Thank you, Natasha. I know one.
Yeah, you're welcome.
Any questions from anybody else? Are we good? No, Martha. Oh, Martha already knows about this. Yeah, you might have questions from other areas anyway. It doesn't have to be relating to specifically WhatsApp web. It can be anything phone related, just like Antonia has asked about how she could control calls, that incoming calls and all that. Well, do let us know if anything crops up and we will look at it together. Okay, thank you everyone for listening.
Thank you.
Thank you so much. Thank you. It was really interesting. Thank you.
Yeah, happy we all like the section. We are carrying on with the section, and this is how it's meant to be. It's not the place where you come to hide and you don't want to see anything. We all are learning. I will continue to learn. As I said, learning is ongoing, irrespective of your age. You know, it's ongoing till we get old. The only thing that departs us from learning, that make us not to learn, is when we can't breathe anymore. So we are still learning. Thank you very much for Joy and Oluchi for this section. And we hope to be in here again next week. I think there is no holiday next week, because most of the time when we have holiday, we don't come in here because we want to be busy with our family member. We are traveling or one thing or the other. Thank you, and I appreciate your coming in. And let's try to be tuning in on time so that we'll enjoy every bit of the section. And I hope to see you again next week for another lovely section. If it's possible, I will inform you at hand what we'll get on board, what our teachers, our lovely, powerful teachers they've got for us. I will always inform you at hand if it is possible. If not, we'll just tune in with our logging in next time. Again, next Friday, 6 p.m. prompt. Thank you. And bye-bye.
Thank you, everyone. Bye-bye. Have a good evening.
You too. Bye-bye.
Thank you, Joyce. Thank you, Oluchi.
you.
And thank you, Owa. Have a
Thank
lovely
you.
Bye.
Bye-bye, Anthony.
Bye, everyone.
Yeah.